Welcome in episode number 37 of the St0ner Sports Radio podcast. It's draft night here in the NBA world. We are going to talk everything going on with the NBA draft here with my friend Zach Huffman, who will preview where we think the Thunder are going to draft here locally, and we'll talk about maybe the top 10 picks here in this year's NBA draft and maybe some surprises in store as well. Big trades going on in the NBA. Porzingis to the Celtics, Marcus Smart to the Memphis Grizzlies. We'll talk about Bradley Beal and his arrival in Phoenix. Chris Paul out of Arizona, and much more. Zach, how are we doing today? This afternoon here, draft night happening. How are we doing, sir?
We're doing good. We're Thunder fans here. We're nervous about what's going to happen tonight. Thursday night, draft night. Anything can happen for the Thunder. We got I don't know. I've been following this, I would say, closer than the average NBA fan would be, and I'm stuck. We got 5 prospects we're looking at taking at 12, and if we stay at 12, that's how chaotic it's feeling tonight. We have no idea what's going to happen. Sam Presti has never really been predictable with these things. Whatever you hear is leaking isn't leaking. It's something that Sam Presti planted. Nothing is real with the leaks from the Thunder. They've never been correct. I mean, we took fucking Josh Giddey at number 6.
Yeah.
And no one expected that.
Yeah.
So
no Santa Clara J-Dub prediction either last year as well. So I mean,
exactly.
So I mean, again, like you said, Sam Presti super close to the vest when it comes to who he's going to draft and what he thinks is the best move for the Thunder. And likely tonight, a lot of teams will change where they are tonight in this draft lineup. The Thunder and the Jazz, most likely the two teams potentially to trade up tonight.
Yep.
I think if you're a Thunder fan, Lou Dort's definitely on the trading block tonight. I would say Trey Mann's on the trading block tonight. Kenrich Williams on the trading block tonight. I mean, even Isaiah Joe maybe. I mean, he's. I mean, I don't want to get rid of Joe, preferably, but I think I like his potential. But I think
I want to move up to 5.
Yeah,
I want to get up to 5.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get up to 5, you might have to let him go.
The
European guy that the Thunder drafted, Miricic or Mirkic or whatever, the European MVP, Finals MVP, great European player. He is back in Oklahoma City, possibly to either sign this year officially as a part of the Thunder to join here in the summer, or again another asset that the Thunder can use to trade up. Is also a reason why he might be present in the United States this week. So, I mean, there are things going on around the Thunder as an organization tonight that we just don't really know where this is kind of leaning. But let's just talk about the draft in general, right? So, I mean, this is a big night for teams. Victor Wembanyama obviously going to be a San Antonio Spur tonight. I don't think anybody is debating that. Obviously, ESPN thinks that Scoot Henderson's a better fit for the team, but I don't think that that's enough to justify skipping on Victor and drafting Scoot at number 1. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on 1 through 3? There's been some discussion about Brandon Miller going to Charlotte instead of Scoot Henderson. Michael Jordan really likes him. Of course, Michael Jordan selling a big portion of the Hornets ownership away from himself. Hasn't taken effect yet, so he will be involved in the draft tonight. He will be involved in a bunch of the stuff going on until that thing is finalized here in the next coming months, but he will no longer be kind of in a for sure in control position for the Hornets, and a big props to him for selling his stake for like a 3,000% increase from 200 and something million to $3 billion. So I mean, as much as the man is a great basketball player, he might be a better businessman. because that is a big turnaround in investment if you're Michael Jordan. But what are
What
your
a
thoughts?
terrible owner.
Oh yeah, terrible owner though. Not great. Yeah, not I won't put him with the Jerry Wests of the world as far as being impactful in the front office aspect. Um, so 1, 2, 3 here. Do you think the Hornets select Miller at number 2, or do you think that they go Scoot Henderson with number 2, and just what are your thoughts here 1 through 3 here?
So, number one, obviously, Vic.
Yeah,
Um, you know, I don't care what the fit is. You're building the team around Victor Wembanyama
yeah,
at this point. I mean, like the franchise is being handed. I mean, that's
yeah, yeah,
so.
100%.
So yeah, that's not even a question. Um, I watched the JJ Redick interview with Victor Wembanyama that came out just a couple days ago, which is a really good interview, and really actually makes Wembanyama even more impressive. Um, he knows he's going number one, so
Yeah,
I mean they've told him.
yeah. I mean,
Pretty
rightfully
obvious.
so. Yeah,
Yeah, like pretty obvious. I think I think Brandon Miller's going number two. Um, I don't like that. I think Scoot Henderson's the better pick, and I think he's a generational talent, a little bit of a step above Brandon Miller. I think Brandon Miller is, a top three draft prospect, but he's not a generational talent in my opinion. I think Scoot Henderson's a generational guard that should be taken number two, no matter what. He's a good guard to pair with LaMelo. He's more of a scoring guard. LaMelo's more of a facilitator. So I think that's a good pairing that could happen. But I think all the signs are pointing to Charlotte taking Brandon Miller. I mean, I don't hate the pick, but I would take Scoot. Um, and yeah, so I think Scoot's going number three to
yeah,
Portland, and I think that's who Dame wants. But if those two things flip, if Scoot does end up going number two, like he should, and Brandon Miller ends up in Portland, I like Brandon Miller in Portland a lot. I like that for Dame, especially if they can get a little bit more active in the offseason and trade for a big, or if they can, maybe they trade number three tonight, and they can see if they can trade number three. I've heard rumors they can go for Bam Adebayo. Um, a great trade if they can make that happen. Um, I think there were rumors they were going after Kristaps. That's not happening anymore. Obviously, Kristaps to the Celtics. But yeah, Trailblazers. I think probably going to end up with Scoot. Charlotte's going to end up with Brandon Miller. Number four is where it gets interesting.
yeah,
That's when that's when people really are going to start to slip or climb. Top three is obviously set in stone. So we'll
yeah. I
see what
mean, this.
happens at number four. Number four, I think, is probably going to be the Thompson twin. Which one is it? I think it's Amen. Yeah, Amen
Yeah,
Thompson's probably going number four. But we'll see. Anything can happen. I've seen rumors that Grady Dick can climb as high as number four. I mean, it's
wouldn't
it's
wouldn't
crazy.
yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, this is. I mean, this is one of those drafts where there's going to be a lot of things that are not going to go as planned for anybody making a mock draft that's ever thought about making one. Um,
Oh yeah,
I mean, I kind of agree here with you as far as what should happen opposed to what probably is going to happen tonight. I agree that Scoot probably should be number 2, but I think, like you said, I think that the Hornets are very comfortable with LaMelo, and I think that they want to give him another shooter, and I think Brandon Miller is kind of that guy. And that was kind of their emphasis, was they wanted a really good shooter, and here he is. It's Brandon
yeah.
Miller. I mean, a lot of people want to dwell on the 0 points in the NCAA tournament game, but you look at the 41 points he dropped against South Carolina. You look at some of those other games during the regular season, and I said this a couple months ago to you. I said you can't really dwell on the NCAA tournament game for Brandon Miller because it's more about him as a whole, and shooters are going to have bad nights, and 0 points is bad, especially for someone going in the top 3 of the NBA draft. But I think that maybe he just didn't give a shit. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
That's possible.
I mean, it might have been that, or it just might have been just a fucking bad night. I mean, you look at I'm gonna pull this up real quick. see. So like when you look at was it the second round game or was it the first round game?
I think it was the first round game that he dropped 0.
All right, let's see here.
And I'm sure teams asked him. I'm sure all these, especially Charlotte and Portland. I'm sure they asked him like, "Hey, what happened?
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
what happened
yeah,
that night?" And maybe he had. I mean, obviously that was when he was going through the whole legal situation
yeah, and yeah, I think that might
surrounding.
have factored into
So
it as well for sure.
you can't really. Uh, you can hold it against them. I don't know how much weight it holds. I mean, it's
Yeah,
definitely
I
a
mean,
factor.
so looking at
It's
this,
something they want an answer for.
so looking at this game, right? So this was against Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
Yeah,
96-75. Alabama wins by 21 in the first round, as they should have. Um,
yeah.
Pringle led the way for the Crimson Tide. Brandon Miller only shot the ball 8 times. 0 of 5 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3. Played 19 minutes, which
Mm-hmm.
is literally only half the game. That's like 10 minutes a half. They didn't feel like they really needed to play him that much because they're playing Texas A&M Corpus Christi. So again, I don't know if you can really do. I mean, 8 shots. I mean, the dude misses 8 shots. I mean, I don't know. Maybe people are thinking a little bit too rough on it.
Yeah, that's fair.
It wasn't like he went James Harden bad, like 1 for 17 or something. I mean, that would have been abysmal,
Oh,
and I would have been. I mean, I think that would have been a little more concerning. But still, again, you're looking at a guy that talent wise is definitely there as a top 3 guy, and I don't have a problem with either team taking either of these 3 players. To be honest, wherever they really want to. Um,
yeah.
I don't have a problem. I mean, the only thing I would have a problem with is the Spurs not picking Vic. I think if they don't pick Vic, then they're obviously brain damaged. But I mean, I don't. I think that's the
it's
only thing that I wouldn't
yeah.
bet on is the Spurs not picking Victor Wembanyama number 1. I'm sure the odds for not picking Victor Wembanyama number 1 tonight on DraftKings is like 10,000 to 1 or something. Like, I mean, there's no way. I mean, can you even bet on the draft? I don't even know if you can bet on the draft.
So let's get a hypothetical here.
Yeah.
What would
Oh, here we go.
the Thunder have to package to trade up to number 1? What do you think we would have to package?
SGA is gone. Um,
You think it's SGA? I think we can hold on to SGA. I think you got to get rid of Chet.
yeah,
Probably Chet,
you would. So yeah,
J Dub,
so
Giddy.
yeah. Victor Wembanyama's odds to go number 2 are 10,000 to 1. So
I'll
put
place that bet.
a tenner on there. Just I just don't think the Spurs are that stupid. Right now,
No, smart franchise. They're taking him.
yeah. I mean, right now, Scoot Henderson's still the favorite on DraftKings to go number 2. Brandon Miller plus 205 to go number 2. I might take that. Um,
I would take that. Yeah.
I think you could drop 20 on that and make you a quick buck there. Let me see how much 20 would win you here real quick. $20 will win you $61. So I mean, you I mean, I might even say drop a hundo on that, get you a little 300 win right there. I think he's going number 2. I think if you were to go on DraftKings right now, folks, here at 1 p.m. Central Time when we're recording this, and drop a hundo on that number 2 pick, I think you got a good chance. This goes all the way to the number 5 pick. Grady Dick for number 4 is 10,000 to 1. So I mean, hey, you said he could be as high as 4. I mean, say what?
Throw a tenner.
Yeah, throw a tenner on there, brother. But yeah, I mean, I think this is definitely a situation. If you're wanting Vic, if you're the Thunder, I think you're probably getting rid of Dort, getting rid of Chet, probably getting rid of Trey Mann, probably getting rid of even Giddy. Probably getting rid of Giddy.
Probably 3 first round picks.
Yeah, probably most of the first round picks for next year. I think you would probably have to package that as well. I think if you're wanting someone like a Scoot Henderson, you could probably hold on to a little bit more, but you're probably still giving up a big chunk. As far as 12, right? Again, Thunder, big prospects to move up in this draft. The Jazz also up there for movement tonight. At number 12, if we keep the pick, right? If we keep the pick and we don't get rid of it, who would you like to see coming to OKC in that 12 spot that you would think would stay on the roster?
So, it's so tough because it's hard to tell who's going to be gone at 12 and who's going to be there. I would like to see the Thunder take Bilal, uh, Kolabali.
Kolabi? Yeah.
Yeah. And then, I don't know how realistic that is, because I think he's going to go number 10. I would like to see if Taylor Hendricks is available. Obviously, I would snatch him up at the steal. Grady Dick at number 12 is pretty realistic. I would like that. Derek Lively isn't an awful pick because of the defensive focus. I'm not a huge fan of drafting a center in this draft. I think we need to draft someone that's at the beefiest stretch forward. I think we start Chet at the 5 and let him go to work at the 5 and get a stretch four that Chet can, get some playmaking for. And then there's Cason Wallace, which wouldn't be an awful pick. But that's the awful thing about the Thunder's position right now is that it's so hard to tell who's going to be there. I mean, if Cam Whitmore's there, we're taking him, right?
Yeah.
If Sar Thompson's there, we're probably taking him. If obviously if Jarace Walker's there, we're taking him.
Who? Wait,
but I don't think we're Jarace Walker.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I honestly, at this point, I don't think we're going to stay at 12 anymore. I think we move up to 7 or 5. And if we depending on who's available, if Taylor Hendricks is available at 9 or 10, I think we move up. Right, I think we move up to draft him there. If Jarace Walker's available at 6 or 7, I think we move up to draft him there. I mean, the Thunder have so many trade pieces that they can make any of those trades happen. Realistically, we can trade with pretty much anyone and have something that they want based on the amount of picks that we have and the roster that we have. I mean, even the bottom of our roster is still decent trade assets. So, yeah, I personally think that the Thunder are moving up in this draft.
Yeah, I mean, so a lot of places have Derek Lively going to the Thunder at 12.
Yeah.
If Kobe Buffkin is there, a lot of people like Buffkin as well. I mean, which could be good. Hendricks, like you said, obviously good. Kolabi, again, he's 6'8", 195, big dude. But they have the Jazz picking him at number 9. Anthony Black. I don't hate Anthony Black. They have Amen Thompson going number 4 to the Rockets. A lot of people still have Scoot Henderson at that 2 spot. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
With what's been coming out, I just don't see it. I think Brandon Miller is, definitely definitely seems like they're leaning that way. You know what I'm saying? It just seems like with what's been coming out and the way that Miller kind of bonded with Michael, it just seems like he's more likely to go number 2 right now to Charlotte. And if you look at tankathon.com, they have Kolabi coming to the Thunder at 12. They got Grady Dick going 11. They got Derek Lively going 10. Hendricks going 9. Anthony Black 8. Cam Whitmore 7. And they got the Thompson brothers going 4 and 6. With Walker,
that's much different than what the NBA has on their website.
Yeah, with the Walker going number 5. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like, this thing is nuts. There's nobody knows what's going on this year, and I feel like that's why it's so tough, because it's like, I personally, and this is something that no one else is saying right now, and I don't blame them for not saying this, but from what I've seen with my own 2 eyeballs, Zach, I like him. I like Amani Bailey. I
I
think
like Amari Bailey too.
from what I saw from him playing at UCLA, I mean, the
We
guys.
can get him at 40, or what is it, 37, somewhere around there. We can get him there. We could
I
also get him at 50, I think.
I just feel like he's such a gem. I mean, he's getting player comparisons to Eric Bledsoe and Zach LaVine. I mean, the guy is a master with the ball driving to the basket. When he played at UCLA, he was driving with that left. He's a lefty too, which I love. I love the fact he's a lefty. I think lefties are so much harder to guard because it's so
Yeah.
unorthodox. And his potential in my mind is just kind of through the roof. I kind of like him better than I like Grady Dick. I really do, and I don't hate Grady Dick. I wouldn't be mad if the Thunder take Grady Dick because I get that they would like another shooter. I mean, Josh Giddey's not really it from three. Isaiah Joe's kind of spotty. Trey Mann is not good enough to start. Um, I just think that if you need somebody that can hit the deep ball, he gives me kind of Duncan Robinson vibes to me because I don't think the defense is great. I think he's kind of small as far as like not being very muscular. He's kind of got that Kevin Durant lankiness to him, where it's like there's not really any visible muscle there, but I'm sure it's there. Like and not that and not that these guys don't spend a massive amount of time working out and stuff once they get drafted because that's all they're doing. So he's gonna bulk up, but I mean like. How big is he gonna bulk up? Not probably very big. I don't think I don't think he's gonna get like Giannis yoked. Like when you look at his rookie photos to where he is now, it's like Jesus Christ. I don't think you're gonna get that kind of transformation from Grady Dick. Um, and I just like the way Bailey kind of carries himself. Now, if you look at Tankathon right now, I don't see Bailey in the top 60. Um, or am I just missing him here?
Exactly. I think the Thunder take. I don't. He might not go draft
No,
39.
okay,
Like I don't know
39. They
what
they
he's
got the
seeing.
Hornets taking him at 39. So see,
I don't think he's going that early.
and so if they do pick him at 39, that means they're definitely picking Brandon Miller number 2. You're not going to draft 2 point guards in the first 2 rounds. It's just not realistic.
No
So
shot.
I think if because this one also has them getting. I don't think you get Scoot Henderson and Amari Bailey. I don't think that's smart. I mean, he's 6'4", 195, so technically could play the 2. But I think you want LaMelo and Scoot out there if you're going to have both of those guys out there. Um, a lot of people like the Thunder to take Keontae George as well. I don't know what your thoughts are on Keontae George. They got him going 17 to the Lakers, but he could definitely be there at 12.
I don't want him at 12. I mean, I think that's a little bit of a reach.
I mean, I agree.
1 second, I'm gonna grab some food that just got here.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, I think this is definitely, a interesting draft to look at. I mean, these sites are so up and down as far as like what is going on here. You look at, I'm looking at NBADraftRoom.com, I'm looking at Tankathon.com, folks. I'm looking at the second round right now here on NBADraftRoom.com. I'm just trying to see where they've got. They got Amari Bailey going at 41 again to the Hornets. They got the Hornets trading down. Oh no, they got pick 39 and 41. Jesus. So I mean, looking at this, folks, I mean the Hornets could definitely probably trade the 39th and 41st pick, package those together, and probably move some stuff around and maybe get somebody, like I mean, it might be able to get later in the first round, maybe. I mean, this is one of those things where you could easily find a way to move up if you're the Hornets, considering how many picks you've got. You could probably move up and probably get like a Derek Whitehead. You could probably get you could probably get Jaime Jaquez Jr. from UCLA. I like him a lot too.
For
I
sure.
mean, Ryan Rupert they got going 26 to the Pacers via the Cavs. but he got a green room invite, so it looks like he's going first round for sure. As far as that's concerned, I mean,
You want to know what I want to see?
what do you want to see?
At number 50, we get the Thunder have the pick at number 50. I want Imani Bates.
You want Amani Bates, the guy from
Yeah, I
Eastern
want Imani
Michigan.
Bates. Yeah,
Where do they have
I want
him
Imani
even?
Bates.
Where do they even
They
have?
have
They have him going.
NBA.com has
They have
him going 51.
okay. NBA Draft Room has him going 44 to the Spurs.
All right, so this has him going 51. So if he's available at 50, I want him.
Yeah, the NBA Draft Room has Keontae Johnson from Kansas State going 50 to the Thunder. Don't really like that.
I don't like that. NBA.com has Chris Livingston coming at number 50. The small forward from Kentucky.
Tankathon.com has Jalen Clark from UCLA at 50 for the Thunder as well. So again, this is everywhere. They got Amani Bates going to the Pacers at 55. So I mean, like you said, it looks like Amani Bates is fluctuating between 40 and 55 here. So he could definitely be there. What are your thoughts on Oscar Tshiebwe? I mean, Oscar Tshiebwe was supposed to be a top pick last season, kind of fell off this year. People are ESPN has Oscar Tshiebwe as a non-NBA player, a 58% chance to not even be in the league.
NBA.com has him going number 60.
60?
Yep.
Yeah, Tankathon.com has him going 59 to the Wizards. This one has him going in the third round. NBA Draft Room has him going first pick in the third round. Oscar Tshiebwe. And I don't even know who starts off the third round. It just ends at 60, and there's no team after that listed on NBA Draft Room. It's like, we're only doing the first day. But I mean, have you ever seen a player just like drop off like this? Do you think there's any value in Oscar Tshiebwe, or are we getting like Olo Candy?
I think he's worth a pick. You know, you see what he can do. There's a reason that he was so highly like valued last season.
But the number one guy, Zach, like he was supposed to be the guy last year, and he decides to come back for another year at Kentucky, and he puts up monster numbers. It wasn't like he had a bad year. He didn't have a bad year.
I think it's just because he's 23.
Yeah, he's old. That's what it is. He's old.
He's 23.
That's just so wild to me. I mean, I get he's a center too, so I mean, you got to think about like knee injuries and stuff like that with some of these bigger dudes because he's a big boy.
Yeah.
He's 6'8", 250. Like he's not Zion big, be big. Like I mean,
yeah.
17.
Sure.
And, I mean, the guy averaged 17 and 14 last year. That's not bad. A double, like almost 20 points a game. I mean,
you gotta think about it. You have 18-year-olds in this draft. That's a 5-year difference.
I mean,
that's
but you
got 5 extra years.
But you've got some older guys in here as well going earlier. So, like for instance, if you look up here, at number 18, you got Jaime Jaquez Jr. from UCLA, 22, almost 23 years old, going 18 overall. I mean, he's old. But we saw what he could do as well. Yeah, but... I mean, he was, and I like him, but I don't really like him going. I mean, I don't like him on the Heat. Yeah, I kind of do like him on the Heat, to be honest. They kind of need somebody offensively, and that could be the guy for Jimmy to kind of help him out if they don't get Damian Lillard. I mean, this could be a night though. Damian Lillard could be gone, Zach. I mean, Damian Lillard could be out of Portland.
No chance.
You don't think so?
They already said that they're shutting down trade rumors. I mean, we go through this song and dance every offseason.
But there's always this scenario, right? Like there's always this best case scenario for Portland, right? Like for instance,
it's not going to happen.
For instance,
he's going to retire in Portland.
I mean, I'm fine with that, but you're going to have to get him more help than. I mean, I don't think that Brandon Miller is who Damian Lillard would like. I think he really wants Scoot, and I think that could really help him out. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think we're looking at Wembanyama, Miller, Henderson again. Like I said, those top three are pretty locked in. But like you said, after 4, it gets just wild, and we're right now looking at this, and it's just a crapshoot. I mean, I got Marcus Sasser going 38 in one of these, and I got him going like 32 over here, 36. I mean. The biggest one that's fluctuating is really Amani Bates, right? I mean, 15 spot difference between 3 different websites. I mean, that's a big time big time spread there. If the Thunder
You gotta
can get
remember,
him,
he was going to be a number one pick.
yeah,
Imani Bates, like
yeah, same kind of boat as Oscar Sheboy, right? I mean, they were supposed to be like 1-2 last year.
yeah, that kind of situation for sure.
How do you feel about Jordan Hawkins? Jordan Hawkins probably going to be around a 12. The guy from Connecticut played pretty well, national champion. Um, how do you feel
Where's
about
that got
him?
him going?
They got him going 15 here. Um, I don't know where they've got him going.
16 here.
So they're pretty locked in at like 15. I'm looking at NBA Draft Room here. They got him going 14 to the Pelicans. So I mean, he looks like 14, 15, but he'll be there at 12 is what it looks like.
Yeah, not
Do
an
you,
awful pick for the Thunder. He'd be an interesting. He's a good shooter, so
Yeah, I mean that
uh,
I feel like that's what they need, right? I mean, if you're the Thunder, what do you need right now? Do you need a shooter? Do you need somebody to? I mean, because right now I'm on the boat of get rid of Lou Dort.
oh yeah,
I'm
trade Lou
all on
Dort.
board for
I said it
getting rid
last
of
time.
Lou Dort.
Said it last time we were here. I said trade Lou Dort. You gotta.
And I think that's fair.
He's still got value, and he's not. He had good defensive season. He's still a good defensive asset. He is worth way more as a trade asset. Get him out of there.
Let's trade him to the
I wish
Grizzlies.
him luck.
I think we
Yeah, I
should
wish
trade him
him
to the
luck.
Grizzlies so we can go pair up with Marcus Smart and they can just be, you know, just
Yeah, defensive powerhouse
just
with
gritty
Jaren
as fuck.
Jackson
Yeah,
too.
gritty as fuck. I mean,
Yeah,
that would
gritty
give
as
me
fuck.
like old like Tony Allen Zebo vibes with how good that defense would be if they could.
Marc Gasol.
Woo, brother. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm just saying if we can get Jean Morant for Lou Dort, I say go for it. No, no, I would, you know what, I would even take, I would even take Desmond Bain from Memphis if I could get Lou Dort, get just package some picks and Lou Dort for Desmond Bain. I'll take that.
sure.
I mean, I'm just saying it, and just because I want to see Memphis's defense be that good. That's why. Only for that. But I mean, to be honest though, I think you could have him on the trading block, and probably get something worth of that. If you want to move up, I mean, who you want to move up and take Walker? Is that what you're thinking? Move up and take Cam Whitmore maybe
Yeah,
from Villanova. Those are kind of the two.
I
Taylor
think
Hendricks also are kind of the three that we're
I'm
looking at, right?
I'm moving up for Walker and Hendricks. That's who I'd move up for.
I wouldn't move up for Cam Whitmore. Heard that.
Probably not. Yeah.
I mean, not a bad player from Villanova. Again, a young guy, almost 19. Um, I mean, there are definitely some young bucks in here. How do you feel about Chris Murray? Right, the guy from Iowa. Obviously, Keegan Murray's older brother. Um, you know,
I haven't seen much about him. I mean, I know he struggles go later in the first round. I know that.
he's got
Um,
19 here. He averaged 20 and 8. He's a power forward. Um, you know,
it's not
I
bad.
mean,
You know.
but do we need a power forward? I don't know if we need a power forward. That's
He's
the
kind of
thing.
old too. He's 22.
Yes, I'm
For
saying
real.
he's almost 23. He's 22.8 years old. He's almost 23. So he's kind of in that same boat as um uh Oscar Sheboy and Amani not Amani Bates. Who else were we talking about? Someone else that was old. Um hmm?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Maybe that was who we were talking about. It might have just been him. But I mean, again, that's another. I don't know if that's a Julian Strother. How do you feel if he drops to 50? The guy from Gonzaga, pretty good shooter. Um, averaged 17 and 7. Um, he might be around.
Yeah.
I mean, Jalen. I don't really know if I like the Jalen Clark pick at 50 if he's there. I would probably rather have Amani Bates if he slips, because I mean they got Amani Bates going 55 here. I mean, if he slips that low, I mean I don't have a
I'm taking
problem.
him at 50 if he's there.
Yeah, if he's there, I feel like that's who you want. Um, I mean Ryan Rupert, they got him going 31 here to the Pistons. Um, again, you get invited to the green room, you're probably going first round. They got the Pacers
Yeah,
at 26 taking him, so you can see 26, 31. Um, that's where we have
they
him
got him
kind
here at
of.
29.
Yeah, so I mean, so 26 to 31. Maybe the Nuggets scoop him up at 32. Um,
7'2" wingspan.
yeah, he's got the wingspan. I mean, he's 6'7", 193. He's 19.
Yeah,
He's another New Zealand Australia guy. So I mean, I mean if we've had good luck with New Zealanders in the past. I love you, Steven Adams. Come back.
for sure.
I think that I just I mean, and people are saying, oh, the only reason Sam Presti would draft him at 50 is because they or not 50 at 12, which would be a shock. But they're saying the main reason would be just because he wants him to use him as an asset for a trade later on draft night. And
For sure.
I don't know, like, so what team do they have taking him with the website you're looking at? Because I got Pistons and Pacers here. What do you got?
Hold on, real quick. I had to look at something else. Who are we looking at again?
Ryan Repair.
Oh yeah, they have the Pacers taking him.
So Pacers. So I got Pacers, Pistons, and Pacers again. Do the Pacers have which? Where do you have him on yours? I have him at 26 here.
29.
29. Okay, so the 29th pick on Tankathon is still the Nuggets pick.
Oh no, it's the Pacers. I'm pretty sure
Because I got the Pacers at 26, Nuggets at
they're
29.
at 26 and 29. I think.
Why does Tankathon still have the Nuggets pick via Boston? Is that part of that trade for Porzingis? It says the
I don't think so.
Nuggets at 29 on both of these websites I'm looking at. Why the fuck does it say that? This Nuggets to 29 from the Celtics. That's
Hey,
interesting.
I gotta get out of here. Gotta do a thing at 1:30 here
All right.
for work. But
Well, I mean that pretty much wraps it up.
yeah,
I mean we've got tons of predictions here, and we'll keep you guys updated via Twitter about how this thing kind of unfolds. But Zach, thanks
for
for hanging
sure.
out today, man. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
Always a fun night, and as unpredictable as it is, get that popcorn ready. Sure, there's going to be
Oh
some
yeah.
trades coming around. Um, quick before you get out of here, what are your thoughts on that Porzingis trade? Right, Marcus Smart goes to
Yeah.
Memphis, and Porzingis goes to Boston, and three-way type of thing going on. What are your thoughts? Who did anybody get hosed here?
I think the Celtics fleeced both those teams. I mean, the
Yeah.
Celtics got Porzingis and those picks out of it. Um, Marcus Smart to the Grizzlies and Tyus Jones to the Wizards, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that fleeced.
Yeah.
Celtics fleeced them. Wizards got fleeced horribly, and I think that that the Grizzlies also got fleeced a little bit. Although I think that Marcus Smart's a good addition. But God, what a trade! I mean, and
Yeah.
what drama surrounding it with just the shutdown and then right back up, right before the deadline. I mean, that's crazy because they had that deadline for Kristaps player option, that midnight deadline, and they hit it at like 11:58.
Yeah, I mean it came literally last minute after I think a trade previously with the Jazz involved didn't go through.
Yeah, it was
For
like that one shut down, and then like 20 minutes later, this one was finalized.
I mean that's wild because stuff like that could happen like that. So how cheap are Wizards tickets gonna be next year? What are your thoughts on that?
Just as cheap as they were this year, probably.
Well, well now you don't even have Bradley Beal or Porzingis, so I mean like who is anybody
Yeah,
paying to go see? Really? I mean you're gonna pay to go see Tyus
Chris
Jones?
Paul.
Okay, he ain't staying. I think he's on the move tonight for sure. You think he's
Probably
headed back to the
retiring.
Clippers?
He might retire.
You think he'd rather retire than go back to LA?
He might.
I mean, wouldn't blame him. Do you think he's one of the biggest disappointments as far as not getting a ring and having opportunities to do so? Do you think that that's going to affect his legacy? He's obviously a Hall of Fame player, but I mean, like,
Yeah, it affects his legacy for sure. I don't blame him too much for not getting the ring because he got injured so much, and it's just like he had a lot of opportunities, yeah, but he got injured during those opportunities. Like the 2018 Rockets, like that was probably his best opportunity. He got his, the trade to the Lakers shut down. Like there, he should have gotten a ring in his career for sure.
yeah.
So
Well,
it's tough.
interesting stuff. All right, Zach. Well, take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and we
For
will
sure.
have a close eye on this draft tonight, and we will talk to you soon. All right.
All right, for sure.
All right. See you later, friend. All right. Well. Oop. That'll do it. That'll do it for us. This is our NBA draft special. I appreciate you guys joining us to talk Thunder, talk NBA draft in general. Big show tonight. Make sure you stay tuned for episode 38. We'll be recapping the draft and who made good picks, who made bad picks, all trades and stuff. We'll keep you updated with that. And keep your six on the ice. We'll see you guys later. Appreciate it. See y'all later.